Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So guys, welcome. Uh, Today we are going to discuss what is it so you think it's too easy. My arguments are like you think the church you cannot have answer. You know this idea. By the way, if you've been watching these videos and you are seeing legitimate questions, don't think that you are stupid or something or it's the devil. It's not the devil. It's your brain working. Okay, you're thinking. Go and do your own research. I'm not here to mislead you. Go and do your own research. Okay. So now the point is this: the church, what is their response to all these claims I've been making about the transcendent logos, as I called it? What is their response to this? They give their own response. What is their response? So now they call it Communicatio Idiomatum. See this? I don't know. Is it Latin or what? The communication of idioms. What is the meaning of this? Remember the hypostatic union. If you've been watching from the first one I made, the hypostatic union, you have the divine person and the human nature, okay, in one kind of union, okay. So this union now, they say they don't mingle, they don't mix. So now, I told you the consequence of that is that the nature is just separate from the divine person. It's separate from the divine person. They are inside one. They cannot be mixed together. It's incompatible, okay. So now, what did the church say about this? So if when we say that, can you say that God died for you? The church, they will say, yes, you can say it. Why? To a Muslim, that is just nonsense. Like, how can you say God died for you? Because God is immortal. And the Christians agree too, that God is immortal. So when you say God died, what do you mean? This is where the solution now comes. The church, they are saying, you can say it that God died for you, but you don't really mean that God died. You mean that the man that was in union with God died. Okay? So you are talking about the one that is in union, in that apostatic union. You can communicate the particular thing to that person. Okay? So the communication of idioms is that. If I told you, so if you see, what's it called? They have many rules also that are guiding this, but to me, it's just weird. So if I see the man Jesus, the Jesus man, and whenever he does something miraculous, you guys say, hey, this is God here. For example, if you forgive somebody, say only God can forgive, and this man forgive. So you say he's God. But the point is, if the divine person cannot mix with the human person, so it's the human that is actually talking there, and you are saying it's God. But because of the union, you can say that they are same, because they are inside one kind of union. So the point is this: I'll show you why it doesn't work. So they said, let me just make the case first before we talk about the problems. So the communication of idioms is that when you say God died, it's legitimate to say it. Even though God is immortal, you can still say God died. Because when you not say God died, I will not ask you how. Then you not say God died qua his human nature. He died by his human nature. This is how they say it. Na'uzubillah. So the point is, they can play with that word like that. So in the real sense, God cannot die. But God can die. How? By his human nature. Not really by his human nature. Because that human nature is in the union. So that human nature died, not God. Okay? So ignorance. If who doesn't know the hour? You say, God, they will see. This what's it called? This law is a very funny law. It's a way that they just try to like make people not ask questions, because if you let it loose, people start making some kind of stuff. So for example, if I see the Jesus man, I can say this man created me. So now this man created you. How can this man create you? Not this man, really. It's the divine person inside this man that created me. So they can make a lot of stuff. So now it can get worse. People can start saying, so let's say let me see now. I swear, I don't want to say this because we respect Jesus, man. I swear, we respect Isa ibn Maryam. May Allah be pleased with all of the messengers, and may Allah be pleased with him and his mother. The point is, you can get ridiculous with this kind of idea. And they have set laws so that you will not be able to say some stuff. For example, let me see one. I will not be too bad. Let's say when Jesus was crying on the cross, or sweating blood crying, I can say, God is crying. I can say God is crying with this communication of idioms. Guess what the church said? No, you cannot say that. You cannot say God is crying. Because with this law, you should be able to say it, because you don't really mean God is crying. You just mean that the human person in this union is the one crying, not God really. So they are making it like you can say it one way, but you cannot say it the other way. So you can say God died. I'd be like, what do you mean God died? God died for me. No, God didn't really die for you. It's the human that died for you. If that you can say that, you should be able to say God is crying. God is doing all this absurd stuff. You can see how nonsense this idea is. And it's not even a solution to me. It's just a way. It's like relative identity in the Trinity, If you are reading like these theories about the Trinity, it's like relative identity. So you can say something, but you mean something else. Okay? So at the end of the day, a lot of problems comes with it too, and I will discuss it with you. So now, the communication of idioms is a method that the church used to. They will just create a term. You see, they don't know how the the logos and the human nature are. They say hypostatic union. They don't know how God can die. They say, what's it called? Communicatio Idiomatum. They just make up these terms and they make it ambiguous for the people so that they won't understand it. But when you go and ask the questions, everything becomes clear. Such that, what is the consequence of all of this? The point is that, at the end of the day, if you think that God died for you, you are saying nonsense. God did not die for you. In the real sense, you are just lying. It's a lie. So this Communicatio Idiomatum is a lie. It's just a bunch of lies. So if you say, this man created me, you are lying, because that man did not create you. It's the same inside him that created you. So if you say God died, you're lying. God did not die. If you say God is crying, God is not crying. It's the man that is crying. So why would you be speaking like this? What kind of method of speaking is this? You are just, if I say, how will I say, how you can use it? If people start using this kind of method, it will be very complicated. So it's like this kind of, this transgender people that will say, I'm a fish. I'm a fish. And you say, hey, you're not a fish, man. Bro, I don't mean it like that. Bro, don't let us talk like this, man. Let us talk language that we can understand. When you start going into this communication, I found one guy, I swear. This guy, he had 10 rules. I swear, he had like 10 rules of what you can say and what you cannot say. And when I started going through them, I'm like, what? So this is a reduplicated predication. You start playing with words. And at the end of the day, we know that God did not die. Nobody died for you. I'm sorry to tell you guys this. My Christian friends, they are very emotional sometimes. See, nobody died for you. In the Christian sense, in the real church sense, nobody actually died for you. Because for somebody to die for you, that person needs to be a person. And that person is immortal. If the person is immortal, then he cannot die. So nobody died for you. It's just looking like that to you. At the end of the day, there's no way around this. You have hit the corner. Now you have to reject what the church say. You think it doesn't make sense. And if you think you have an explanation to this, explain it in the comment section. Communicatio Idiomatum is just a way of covering up the truth. It doesn't answer any question. I challenge anybody to come and explain how the Communicatio Idiomatum can attach a particular thing in the real sense to the divine person, such that if when Jesus was feeling pain, can you say God is feeling pain? In the real sense, if you want to allow this Communicatio Idiomatum, I should be able to say it. But even if I said God is feeling pain, it doesn't really mean God is feeling pain. It's just that I'm just lying. It's just nonsense word. God is feeling pain, because it's like saying something God cannot do, and I'm saying they did it. Okay, it's nonsense, man. At the end of the day. So guys, if you think you have a solution to this, put your comments in the comment section. Okay, and like this video and share it with your friends. These are arguments, guys, my Muslim brothers and sisters. See, this African revival dawah, okay? These ones are not about what verse is this? Check Matthew, Luke chapter this thing, and then you say, read it for me, please. No, guys, let's stop doing that. Let's talk about what we believe in. Internal critique of what they believe in, without any shady stuff. Clearly, you can go and read. When you go and read about it, you'll find the same things I'm telling you. Okay? Maybe they will not tell you the opposition or the counter arguments. They'll just tell you what you need to do, what you need to say. So, guys, this is what you need to learn. Learn these things I'm teaching you, and you'll be able to present a case for yourself, for Islam. Because we don't have any of this ambiguous stuff. If you ask a Muslim, can God die? Of course not. This is a nonsense question. There's no way you can even say it in any shape or form. Which kind of idiom? What idiom? Communicatio Idiomatum. What are you talking about? God is immortal. Khalas. Asking God, can God die is a nonsense question. It's a no question. Okay? So, guys, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.